Hello, my name is Eric Olson, Director of HELPS. This little video is going to talk about um, if I die and I'm a senior, are my children responsible for my debt? I've been an attorney now for over 40 years, and I am the Director of HELPS. We're a law firm that protects seniors from collector harassment, and we also educate seniors how they can maintain their financial independence. Seniors' income is protected. Social Security, pension, disability, VA benefits cannot be touched. Under the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, when a senior has an attorney, collectors can no longer communicate with the attorney. They have to communicate with us about any old debt that the senior has. So when seniors are part of our program, they're no longer harassed by debt collectors. They can use their money for their basic needs. But they wonder, if I don't pay this debt, are my children going to be responsible for it? So let's talk about that. First off, credit card debt, any loans, anything like that, with your name alone on the debt as being responsible for it. When you die, your heirs are not responsible for it. Now, if you have an estate with assets, then the law will require that before your heirs get any of your assets, then the debts have to be paid. And it's usually a priority, and it's governed by states. Usually what gets paid first is the cost of your burial. After that, your debts, and then if there's any, including taxes, and after that, if there's any money left over, it goes to your heirs, whoever's named in your will, or if you don't have a will, to your children. There's exceptions to that. Some people own property jointly. So example, if you owned a home with someone else's name on it with rights or survivorship, when you die, that asset goes automatically to that person, no matter if you have debt. So if you're on a car title together as joint owners, and when you pass away, car title goes to the survivor, even if you have debt, and they get the car free. A lot of times there's estates with virtually no property, there's no probate, or there's no small estate proceeding, and there might be just a little bit of furniture, and no one bothers to go through any legal proceedings. So once in a while I hear about children being intimidated, being told by a creditor that they have to pay a parent's medical debt. I'll explain that. About half the states in the country have laws called filial obligation, which is based on old laws from many, many years ago that said a child was responsible for the support of a parent. And there are laws on the book that talk about this. Like I said, about half the states. Virtually no one enforces these laws because there's so many exceptions to these laws. Maybe there might be an exception in Pennsylvania with a few cases, but even then it's rare. So don't be intimidated if you're a child by a creditor saying you have to pay your parents' medical debts. It's virtually impossible for them to enforce that provision of the law. And so parents don't need to worry about their kids having to pay their old medical bills when they pass. You can study up on it a little bit more, but just because the law says something, for someone to say that that's going to happen when there's so many exceptions, or it just doesn't happen, I think is irresponsible. So don't be intimidated by a creditor into thinking that you have to pay for a parent's past due medical bills. And if you're a senior that have questions about this or a concern, you can always call and talk to us. It helps. 855-435-7787. We never turn anyone away that needs our help. And like I said, what we do is protect seniors that owe debt so they don't have to worry about collectors bothering them anymore. You have a great day.